And hello everyone, this is part 13 of our ComputerCraft series, and today we are going to continue on our transfer protocol. But first, as you can see, our turtle made it all the way until to the wall. We set it up last episode to try if it would break anything, and that hasn't really happened. We did notice one item was dropped somewhere along the way, but that's pretty much it. I'm not really complaining about that. So let's trick it actually. Go back, and then run one time. That should trick it in storing all the items. We can actually break it. It's just being lazy. Actually, you don't really need to do it in this way. It works. We're just going to set it all the way back and get rid of the extra one and just let it run one more time. With another piece of 30. Should be alright. Yes, and it will just keep running and running and running and running indefinitely. So now onwards with the stuff that we are actually going to do in this episode. Let's get our script in here once again, and we shall see that we have some stuff to improve on. Last time we did make a start with it, and this stuff can be sent over the network, and that all works fantastically. And I want to give it a bit more information. So I'm going to start with just some parameters, which is more time, day. I don't think we need to send much more stuff with that. Time. We can actually generate that here, I think. It's os.time. And we have a day as well, of course. os.day. There's no year in Minecraft. Technically, you can calculate that, but I've noticed in the past that your day counter can reset for some reason. I think if it just hits its limit of 265, 55, or 211, 212, 511, 512 I mean, or 511 or 512. I don't think it's higher. It could be 1023 of course, or 1024. But I haven't really seen the counter that high. It must be some kind of power of 2. So yeah, and this OS time thingy is just a number. We could send it in a 24-hour clock. Nah, maybe do that later. It's just one thing, simple thing to change. But one thing that is a bit more kind of what we need here, and that's the kind of device that is sending the information. Well, you could argue like, yeah, why would I need to know if there's a turtle or a pocket computer or an advanced computer? But that can be handy to identify what you are actually doing. And that goes with two things. We needed the device type that is sending information, and also what it actually is. And a turtle can be a mining turtle, it can be a crafting turtle. A normal computer can be used for a monitor or to get an input from redstone. And a pocket computer, well, pretty much can be either a terminal to read your wireless messages or other stuff like that. We need to specify that. I think, or at least I think that it's necessary that that we specify that. And for that, I'm going to make a function. Or actually, find it first here. And it's going to be another table. It's fancy with tables. Device equals a table. We set, and we want in here type equals double. Something we'll fix later, and the purpose, or a nice word for that, function. Not to make it like it's actually a function on its own that we are typing here, but I think it's a rather nice way to visualize this. And of course, down here we need to add another line to actually serialize this. It's going to be device, and then we need here device as well, of course. So now the interesting part. So how are we going to distinguish or know or detect, just call it what you want, if it is a computer, a turtle, or a pocket computer? And for that, there are some things that you can use. In the past, I have used the terminal size, since those are different on all three of the devices. But there is actually a much neater way in doing it. And that you can directly use some information like turtle or pocket. The computer itself isn't. There's something, but yeah, if it isn't a turtle or it is a pocket computer, then it must be a normal computer. So it kind of goes that way. So let's make a function in our function. Wow, that's better. Function called get device get device type, and you're going to look for a normal, turtle, or a computer, a turtle, or pocket. That can be a normal one or an advanced one. Let's go through normal and advanced first, since then we only need to copy and paste advanced. So if, let's actually look that up. I don't remember where that actually is. Help paint utilities. Must be something in there. I'm looking for the is color or something like that. Often draw pixel, draw line, box, fill, and load or draw image. Help. Make this actually disappear for a moment. Term. There's something in here. Term is color. Interesting. Really handy. And get size. I used to do it with get size, but that's not really necessary anymore. So we will go with the is color. If it is color, then we know for sure that must be an advanced computer. If it is false, then it must be a normal one. So that's kind of the logic that we are going to use here. Let's get our script here. So if term dot, so if term dot is color, if that is true, then we are going to define it a bit further. So if turtle, that's an actual thing itself, is true, then return what shall we return? Just turtle, and this an advanced, not the turtle. That makes sense to me. And if it is pocket, then return on the of advanced pocket, and if it is none of those, return onto the computer. We didn't use anything to short it a bit. That should do it. And of course, we all of this needed once more. If it isn't, if not, that should do it. Get device type. That's what we are using. Let's put that here. Brave.get device type. And I'm pretty sure we made a typo somewhere. No, we didn't. You guys can see it now. You can see that type advanced computer is given by what we were trying to do. So that's handy. Really hoping that all those backslash thingies aren't going to give a big mess at some point, but I also don't think we need much more to send. I do know that I've said that last time. It should be alright. Turtle is still going, that's good. Let's check for items. I don't see any dropped items, so that's good. Okay, so where shall we go from now? So we have our information. Can we actually send it? The other side, or does it break on the previous setup? It does work. Let's send test first. That's the information. Okay. The info, yeah, that works. It does seem that that tab is saved. And the tab is 2 spaces. Interesting. Maybe we need to do something with that on the receiving side. But let's not bother too much with that this time. But I wanted all of this in a nice function in the API. Because we don't need this in our main script, at least that's my opinion. This to send format technically doesn't need to be here as well. Just need to specify with which version or which protocol we are sending something, and that's just everything, I think. Yeah, if we convert it back, everything should be a string, also this number. I was just thinking that could be a small thing if we are going to look at that, but that won't happen, I think. So let's copy all of this. Copy. And do I want that in the Brave API or in an API on its own? I think I'm just going to put it in the Brave API, so we only have one API file. Technically, that's not how you do it, but I think that's the easiest way for us to work with. Then you only have one file you need to copy, or two files you need to copy from one to another. Technically 3 files, since we also have that config file. Function, how shall we call this one? This is, I think it's just sending information. Send info. And we need a version information here. And the actual information, of course. Version. Oh, that's something else. Version. And we need the info. And that information needs to be a table. So that's one thing we have to make sure at some point. Let's use a bit of spacing here. Not sure if that's going to mess it even more up, but we shall see. If version equals 1, then use all of this. If it is something else, then let's not even bother running it. But then something is different and it will break all of this. This can get this way. Okay. And info is here actually. Info. Let's check first if info is actually something we can process. So if info, not into, equals the type of info. Type info equals table, then do something, and let me think. Since it only needs to be, it cannot contain any other tables. That's kind of the limit that we have on this. But I don't see why you would want more tables in this table. Maybe at some point, then we are going to extend version 1 to version 2. Let's not bother too much with that. Let's all do all this later actually. Let's comment this out for now. Oh, this one is needed. This one can be commented out. That one can be commented out. So I'm just curious if this is still going to work in the first place. Let's make this info. We just need to specify it as a string for now, just for testing purposes. So this can go from here. Modem transmit to send version 1 test 0. I'm curious to see if this works. No, it won't work. Now it should work. This all should go away. And we need one more bracket. Let's see what's going to happen. We made a type. Attempt to call nil at line 14. This is 13. 15. Oh, this is 14. To send? No, it's not to send. It's send info. Okay. Okay, let's see if that works. It opened? Oh, didn't have my script running for a while. Test info which was recently sent. That's good. I will go over what we just did. So we put everything into our Brave API, send version, did comment out some things that I will continue on the next episode, since it does require a bit more thinking from my side. And then the transition from all the tables into strings, and then finally string it all together. And maybe we should return this in the end. That might be handy, actually. I'm not sure why it was printing this time, but not something I wanted anyway. Oops. Return to send. Not sure what it did last time. It did something, but I don't know what. It's still working. It's not working. It's not receiving stuff. Reduce sends testing. Send this thing test 0. Let's do it one more time just to verify it here. And make this into test 1. Save, run it, this send. We really need a new transceiver for this. Isn't printing it, isn't receiving it, isn't either. Well, that's going to be a huge cliffhanger then. And we are going to look at that in the next episode. At least that's my plan for now. So we made kind of progress, as in we have to leave with something which is a mess now. It gives us just some stuff to work on the next episode. And yeah, so it must be, I think it's rather clear with what we are going to do in the next part. And if that isn't, then I would like to see you next time. So without further ado, have a good day, night, evening. See you next time. Bye bye.